Hey Milliger fans, it's Kara Kading and Philip Kading, and we thought it would be a good time to put in a refresher video on how to wrap your tree. This is probably our number one question. Welcome to our home. We're putting away Christmas and we wanted to show you this video. So this tree, this is our Carolina Fraser. We've had this for 20 years.
Plus.
Really? Oh,
I mean, you had it
yeah,
before.
True. So it's a 20-year-old tree with the lights, Milliger lights, of course. And so this is the best way to wrap your tree, to be able to preserve it, to make sure that it stays healthy in the off season, that no branches get broken or stress on the branches or lights, okay?
And it makes it very easy to carry, get through doorways,
True.
and get it to wherever
kind of
you're
stack
storing
it, on
it.
itself or whatever. I'm just Philip's assistant. He does this all the time, so he's going to guide you through exactly what he does, and I'm just a little side wing here for wrapping the tree. It's always good to have a buddy.
Yeah, you can. With two people, it's easier to pass the wrap around, and we'll show you that as we go through. But you start by finding whatever your top is. They kind of range. You know, on the Carolina, they're a little smaller. So there's two sets of lights on here. So there's usually a stack, or now with LEDs, the connectors. So you disconnect that and take the top off. And these aren't hinged, but they have wires, so you can bend all the branches up.
You want me to hold this while you wrap
And
this part?
yeah, well, you can.
So this is the best way to preserve your tree. Don't be that person that just wheels your tree into the closet with the decorations on it and everything. It's great to be able to take it apart and wrap it up like this, because it just looks nice and fresh.
This helps keep dust, because it's completely covered in this wrap, so it keeps dust and any lights or branches getting broken.
Thanks, honey.
Yes.
So that's what it looks like. This is just the top, okay? Just the beginning. Remember that all of our trees are hinged. So now as we go into the next step, this will apply to every single tree, because they are all hinged. So you want to wrap layer by layer.
So yeah, then again, the next thing to find is where the break is in the tree, pull it apart and disconnect the extension cords or the LED, adapters, the connectors, yeah, that are all labeled. So if I lift this up, you can probably just see where.
Uh-oh, pressure's on me. What if I can't? Oh, so this is the extension cord?
Yeah.
And you want
so
me
you
to...
can just disconnect that from the stack.
I can't see.
From the stack in the tree I'm holding. Oops. From... Okay.
I'm finding it.
Or up here.
Oh, doing it up there? Oh, and leaving the extension cord in the bottom part. Great thing for married couples to do. All right, so now
next thing is we have an extra stand, so it makes it nice just to set that section in. So you can wrap it in its
Yeah,
section.
It's much easier to wrap at this height. So get a second stand to be able to, take that portion off. If you have a 9-foot tree especially, that is going to be in 4 sections, right? And so taking it section by section at this height is a lot easier to wrap.
So then you start and wrap each row, one at a time. So you can start by
just folding them up.
and do a full wrap around each layer so they all stay up. And then that makes it nice when you put it together the next year. You can unwrap it and shape it one layer at a time.
One layer at a time. And the best thing is that's a great time to be looking for, if you don't have an LED tree, then you want to check to make sure that all your lights are working and you don't need to replace any lights. The sooner you replace those lights, the less damage or less stress on your light set. So as you can see, great tag team. He's on one side, I'm on the other.
And it's also good to kind of have half on the branches and half on your shrink wrap, because then it'll stick to it again and be fully covered.
Oh, so it's connecting here. I see. It's been a long time since you've let me do this, honey.
Well, you're usually gone
Yeah.
or sitting on
I'm
the couch.
busy. I'm sitting on the couch.
watching. But again, with two people, it makes it a lot easier. It can be done with one, but two, you can kind of get around.
All right, coming around, passing it off. Almost like hot potato. Got it? Oh, my hand got stuck in there. Okay, last one. This is the wonderful thing about having a a hinge tree.
Yeah, pre-lit hinge
And
tree.
pre-lit, okay? So one-time lighting.
So then you can finish it off by wrapping it all the way to the bottom.
Super easy for storage, and then when you are getting ready
so
for
Here's your
next year, then you just take a scissors and you can just cut this. Just be sure to obviously do that carefully so that you aren't going to clip any of your wires of your lights. Okay?
So then you want to do that with every section of your tree, depending on size. Again, with it being hinged, it just flips right up.
Yeah, so the same thing with each section would look just like this. Most people, especially when they're moving, lose the top of their tree. The tippy top, as Dave likes to call it. So do you have any recommendations for that, or can you just
Sometimes
kind
you can, put it
tuck
down
that
in
in
there,
here?
or I mean, if you really want to, you can
Wrap it
shrink
into
wrap it
here?
right onto.
But losing
that
this
middle
very
section.
top is a big bummer, okay? So make sure that they stick together like that, or wrap it like Philip said, wrap it up together. But that when we sell this, this is actually called a stretch film, but we sell this at Milligers. We have it available all year long. So if you're like us and a little bit delayed on putting away your Christmas decorations or wanting to wrap up any holiday tree, we always have it available for you.
And just one other trick when wherever you're storing it, I prefer to store them vertically. So we have, again, extra stands. So I keep them just like this on the floor or on a shelf rather than laying them down and crushing anything. I like to store them just like this in their stand.
Yeah, that's another option. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. And then we will do another video on actually taking apart and disassembling a tree with our Starlight Forever lights also, because that can be a little bit different.